From Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
I'm having a hard time hearing him.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. And I've got important news. I know you're going to be shocked. I just love the headline. By the way, this comes from CBSNews.com. And as we know, CBS, now known as the hip cutting-edge network that it is, look at this headline on the website. This hardly seems like a politically correct headline on CBSNews.com, but I particularly loved it and decided, hey, Westwood One doesn't have a news website. I think CBSNews.com could become our website of choice. Here's the headline. By the way, Dateline Atlanta, so you won't be surprised at this headline. American women getting fatter. I know you're shocked. Americans, especially women, are getting fatter because they eat much more of everything than they did 30 years ago. And carbs are the biggest culprit, the government said. In the year 2000, women ate the equivalent of one more large chocolate chip cookie every day. 335 calories more per day compared to what they ate in 1971. Men ate 168 more calories, slightly more than a 12-ounce Pepsi each day, according to the study released by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. By the way, do you hear those numbers? According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, women increased their calorie intake twice as fast as men over the last 32 years. Jacqueline Wright, a CDC epidemiologist and study author, said the majority of the increase in calories is from an increase in carbohydrate intake. And she doesn't mean fruits and vegetables. It's cookies, bagels, chips, pasta, and soda that are to blame. Are you hearing me, Porky? The extra calories are leading to extra pounds and chronic health problems. I don't know how you can say that. You can be 400 pounds and still be healthy. I'd like to jazzercise, for God's sake. Yeah. I'm large and in charge. You go, girl. Obesity rates jumped from 14.5% of U.S. adults in 1971 to 30.9% in 2000. Said Wright. By the way, morbid obesity means you're 100 pounds over your target weight. Lots of people in that category. The average intake for men grew from 2,450 calories in 1971 to 2,618 calories in 2000. For women, caloric intake grew from 1,542 calories to 1,877 calories during the same time period. Now again, let's review. What does the government recommend for men? 2,200. Men are eating 2,618 a day. And for women, the government recommends 1,600 calories. And women are eating 1,877 calories on average per day. That's a good 15% above the recommended amount. CDC officials did not say whether the study would affect the USDA's food pyramid, which recommends eating a diet heavy in breads and grains, which are high in carbohydrates. Wright said a federal panel examining general dietary guidelines will review the results of the study. The idea that carbohydrates led to a bigger waistline was long espoused by the late Dr. Robert Atkins, whose low-carb diet has been followed by millions of people, including me. Now down 57 pounds. By the way, it's been about a year now that I've been on this diet. So, the story goes on. I could read to you, but I love that headline. American women getting fatter. Do you think this is true? Do you think it's a problem? Or do you think getting fatter is no big deal?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
If you had sex with me because I said I was a doctor, by the time you find out I'm not a doctor, guess what? I had sex with you. I got what I wanted. Next victim.
The Tom Leykis Show.
That is our telephone number. Tiffany on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Great.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited to talk to you. I love you. I love your show.
Thank you.
I just wanted to tell you that I agree with you wholeheartedly, and it's sad. Everywhere you go, you see overweight people everywhere, and it's an epidemic.
It certainly is an epidemic, and I thought this headline was interesting. American women getting fatter. They weren't even worried about the effect of putting that headline in. They went right for it.
Well, the truth hurts, and I've been there myself. I had a baby 11 months ago. I totally pigged out and gained 70 pounds during my pregnancy, and I just was not happy with the way that I looked afterwards. It was a shock, and I lost all of the weight. I go to the gym every day. I watch what I eat, and I'm probably the healthiest I've been in my whole life. I'm 30 years old, and I'm 5'11", and I weigh about 135 now.
And did your husband hang around for this, or were you married? What's the deal?
No, I'm not married. Engaged.
Engaged.
Yeah.
Did your fiancé hang around through all this?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Well, you say of course.
He knew that I was going to lose the weight and get back to my old self.
Well, he didn't know it until you did it.
No, but he knew that I was determined.
You knew that he would leave if you didn't get back to your old weight.
I don't know about that, but...
You think he would have tolerated that if you just remained 70 pounds overweight for the rest of your life? Because he loves you?
That's what he said, but...
Well, he has to say that or you won't have sex with him. Of course he said that.
Right. But, no,
you don't think he meant that, do you?
I believe that he did, but I just have his word to go on. I mean, maybe he didn't want to hurt my feelings, but hey, if he got super overweight, I would feel the same way. I don't want, it's like it comes down to...
But if he asked you that question, you'd lie to him and say, of course, honey, I'd be here no matter what.
No, he knows.
You realize your wedding vows say that you'll be there for better or for worse.
Right,
sickness
you're right.
and health. So you're planning on lying when you get married.
No. I think that you should do your best to try to make yourself attractive to your partner. I mean, that's a huge...
But that's not in the wedding vows. In fact, the wedding vows explicitly say that you will stay together regardless.
Right. But I think that part of working at it is to try and stay healthy and just be attractive to each other. You don't just want to let yourself go.
Yep, but all I'm saying to you, dear, is that, you gained the 70 pounds. Who knows if the next time you have a kid, it'll be so easy to lose the weight.
You're right. You know what? It wasn't easy, and that's why if I do have another one the next time around, I'm not going to gain that much weight.
But if you do,
really hard.
You won't mind that if he leaves you, will you?
No, I wouldn't want him to leave me. Would I mind if he...
Well, because of your opinion about this, you would, of course, understand if he did the same thing.
I don't know if I'd be so understanding about it, but I could definitely relate to where he was coming from.
I see. So you would want to have a double standard. You would want to reserve the right to leave him if he got fat, but you would expect him to be understanding if you got fat.
It's not so much as like I'm leaving you because you're fat, but it's it would be more of like, well, I'm just not feeling very attractive to you, and then so there goes your sex life, and then, I mean, that's a major part of a relationship, right?
Well, then you would be understanding when you gain however much weight, and then he can't get aroused looking at you if he wanted to leave you.
Well, I'd be like, stick around because I'm going to lose it.
Uh-huh. And then we'll see if you do. All right, Tiffany.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM. Kimberly on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. You're the best.
I know.
Woo! Hey, I just wanted to call to make a comment. I've been waiting to say this forever. Fat women are so extremely mean to skinny girls.
That's because you have what they want.
It's outrageous, though. They're condescending, and they talk to you in a rude fashion, and they're just evil. And it's not fair because most of them have really hot husbands. I don't understand.
Oh.
It's not fair.
What part's not fair?
Well, it's not fair that, first off, because I work really hard I'm 30, and it's hard to stay in shape. Mm-hmm. And I work hard at it, and I pay attention to the way I look. So that part's not fair, that I have to work so hard, and they get to be obese and chubby and mean and have hot husbands.
Uh-huh. Yes.
That's not cool, right?
Well, again, a lot of fat women are just plain bitter.
Yep.
They act jolly on the outside, but in reality, they know they're not going to get rich men, successful men, very, very handsome men, except for those occasional fetishists called chubby chasers, who, prowl certain websites on the Internet looking for pictures of big fat women. Other than that, they have to pretty much settle for what they can get.
Or they already have really good-looking husbands, and they just let themselves go, and their men stay with them, and that's just not fair.
Well, they don't stay with them for long, dear.
No, they don't? So there's hope for me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Tom.
Kimberly, thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Mark on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
You busy over there? Waiting for the click. There it is. There's the click, finally. 1-800-5800-TOM. That was from the Match Game. That's what they used to call in the TV industry think music, like they would ask that question. You watch the Match Game on the Game Show Network? They would ask a question. Mary always has to know the time. So when she goes to the beach, she uses her husband's blank as a sundial. Yeah, and then everybody would write their answer on a card. And we'd give them time to think of an answer, fill in the blank. It's called think music. So every time we get some moron on the telephone who trying to decide what to do, we give them think music like TV. It works so well for Gene Rayburn. The hell. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Mark on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Pretty good, Mark.
All right, man. Hey, I really agree with you with this kind of stuff here. It's really an American thing, I think, because I see these girls, I meet these girls from Europe, and I talk to them, and I say, hey, it's your first time in the States? And they say, yeah. And I go, so what do you think? What do you think about the fat people? Have you noticed how many more fat people are here, especially women? And they go, yeah, and they're totally amazed. And I think I think it is. It's an American thing, man. These chicks are just, plowing down the cheeseburgers and slamming the In-N-Outs left and right, and it adds up for them.
I once met somebody who changed my whole way of thinking about food. And it was absolutely true. This was somebody who every time she ordered something to drink or eat, she'd order a small. And I asked her why. She said, well, because when you say supersize it, what you're really saying is supersize me.
Yeah.
And, that stuck with me. And I never supersized anything again.
That's the truth, Eat a little bit. When you're full. You don't have to slam, have one cheeseburger. You don't need to go for the supersized fries,
right?
And the, extra large drink.
That's right.
So anyway, I really think like chicks who are, they're slamming, they get pregnant, and they, oh, I'm eating for two, and come on.
Yeah.
You don't need to go ballistic on it. I mean, eat healthy and eat a little bit
Most
extra.
of these chicks are eating for sextuplets.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. And I know it's an American thing, and it's just disgusting. I see a lot of. It's kind of sad. I mean, these people have an existence where it's like, just stop eating. You don't have to live that way. You don't have to look that way.
You're not kidding about that, Mark. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Dave on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello. Dave.
Hello, Tom.
Busy over there?
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
Do you care, Dave?
Yeah, today I do.
Doing great.
All right, man, here's the point. You pretty much make it sound like fat people got, like, the worst life and, like, it's horrible to be fat, like it's the end of the world.
Well, it is horrible to be fat. You will die younger. You're more likely to have a heart attack, stroke, blood pressure problems, diabetes. You are more likely to have limbs amputated. You are more likely to suffer from any number of cancers, colon cancer, other cancers, skin cancer, breast cancer. Yes, you know what? It is terrible.
Well, I'm a 300-pound fat guy. I live life to the fullest, man. I get laid by hot chicks all the time.
Yeah, well, Dave, you're 23. Let's see when you're the first guy on your block to get breast cancer, how you feel about it.
Well, I'm sure my opinion will change by then, but right now I'm just telling you.
Well, why do you have to be fat? Why don't you lose the weight?
I just don't want to. I don't care to.
You don't care to because you haven't read about the health problems. You don't care about dying young. You don't care about the idea of having a stroke is so foreign to you. You can't even imagine it.
Well, none of those problems have occurred. So
ever? Yeah, well, they haven't because you're 23. Do you know anyone who's had a stroke?
No, I don't.
I do. I know people who've had strokes. It's not pretty.
Well.
And they're fat.
It ain't the end of the world.
They're fat.
Skinny people have strokes too.
Not to the same extent, they don't.
Well, I mean,
the numbers are there, Dave. You're in complete denial. Look, just admit you don't. You have low self-esteem. You don't give a rat's ass if you live or die. You don't care.
Oh, that's not true at all.
Oh, of course it's true. Because if you knew what I just told you and you read the material, you wouldn't be fat.
Well, that's not necessarily true either.
Yeah, it is. Unless you have a thyroid condition, which you probably don't.
I don't have any reason to lose weight. I tour the country all the time.
You have a reason to lose weight. You will die younger. That's a good reason.
Well,
unless you don't care if you die younger.
Well, you make a good point. That's why you're on the radio and I'm not.
That's right. That's why you're calling in. Exactly. Yeah, some people, the light bulb appears over their head. There's a reason why you're sitting in your Buick out there, dialing in on your $39.99 a month cell phone. And I'm down here at the radio station raking in the big bucks. There are reasons for that. Our toll-free telephone number is 1-800-5800-TOM. The headline at CBSNews.com, American women getting fatter. Have you noticed that?
The Tom Leykis Show.
Like us on Hot Talk 1080 KOGK.
Los Angeles, 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Stacy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. I got a question. I got a comment for you regarding pregnant women being fat afterwards.
Yeah.
We have everything working against us, okay? You say we're eating for sextuplets, which we know we're not. And
no, you're not doing that. By the way, dear, when's the last time someone gave birth to a 70-pound baby?
Never.
That's right. So if you are 70 pounds overweight like the previous caller, that's about 9 pounds of baby at worst.
No, I didn't say I'm 70
and 61 pounds of fat.
No, I didn't say I'm 70 pounds overweight. As a matter of fact, I'm not overweight at all.
Well,
but
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, call my husband. He's listening to this.
Yeah, what? He's gonna say you're fat in front of you, please.
You never know.
I'll ask your husband over a beer at a sports bar or something. I'm not asking him in front of you.
I'd like to see a man try and put on weight while they get pregnant and then having to deal with all the crap from you guys afterwards.
Well, again, we're paying the goddamn bills so you can have that baby. Now, don't ever forget.
No.
Your dream is to have a baby and then to have a man pay for it all.
No, that is so not true.
Yes, it is.
You see,
My son was named after my husband. He wanted a son. He wanted to have a third.
Uh-huh.
So
he's still paying for it.
No, he's not.
Really?
I work.
You don't make as much as he does.
You'd be surprised. We own a business together.
Oh.
And I do.
And I bet who's at work and who's taking care of the kids?
The kids are at school, and we're both at work.
When did you have your kid?
5 years ago.
I see. So what were you doing the last 5 years?
Working.
So where were the kids?
In school and in daycare.
Daycare. So your kid was in daycare before he was 1 year old?
Yes, he was.
That's great.
Had no choice.
Well, of course you had a choice.
Someone had to make a living.
You had a choice, darling.
Why would I put up with someone sitting there telling me I work to support you and our child? No, I wouldn't want to have someone like you throwing that crap in my face.
And how much do you weigh there?
I weigh 117 pounds.
How tall are you?
5'5".
Yeah, it's in the realm of possibility. That's about right.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
Good for you.
I was 97 when I got pregnant. I was 197 when I gave birth, and I lost it all within a year.
All 3 times?
No, I only gave birth once.
I thought you said you had 3 kids.
No, I said I had a third. Manuel Jose Juntera the third. I gave birth once.
A third. I thought you had a third child.
Oh, no.
I see. So you have 1 child.
I have 2 children, gave birth once.
Oh, so you adopted a child.
No, my husband's previous marriage.
I see. All right. Well, this is
so
about.
See, not everybody remains.
This is about as complicated as I care for this conversation to get. I'd say, holy cow. Okay. Jesus. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Samantha, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
I wanted to make a comment on what that one girl, Kimberly, said. Not all fat girls are mean to skinny girls. I am criticized by skinny girls, and I'm overweight.
You're criticized by skinny girls?
Uh-huh.
For what? For being overweight?
Yes.
Well, are you overweight?
Yes, I am.
How much are you overweight?
I'm 320.
So you're morbidly obese. I'm not making a joke. That is the clinical term used by doctors to describe your condition.
Yeah.
You are at a much higher risk of dying.
I know.
Do you?
I'm working on it. I used to be like 330, about a month ago.
And so why did you wait until now to start doing something about it?
Because I got some help from my friends, and I realized what risks I was up for. I'm on the road to diabetes, so I'm trying to cut down as much as possible.
Diabetes, stroke, heart attack, breast cancer.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is in this country. People don't care. They don't care. Until a month ago, you didn't care.
Yeah, I didn't, but now I understand.
Well, I'm glad you got that far, Samantha. I am. I thank you for that. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Edgar, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing?
Okay.
How about this one, Tom? Explain this to me. I used to work at KFC, right?
Yeah.
And we had, fat people order, the biggest meal on the menu, and then they would order, a Diet Pepsi or something stupid like that.
Might as well go for the gold.
I don't know. I didn't get that.
You got to stick your face in the bucket. You might as well have some real Pepsi.
Might as well.
Right.
Yeah.
One mug root beer with 6 inches of foam. Yeah, baby.
One question, Tom. Hey, whatever happened to that Rick Dees thing? Remember you were talking about it?
You know what? Rick Dees will be gone by March. I'm telling you. You heard it here.
That's not good.
He will not be on that radio station.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
Take me out JFK Senior style. A little bite. Gracias.
Here you go, Edgar. Gracias. Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. CBS says American women are getting fatter. What do you think? Dana on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Dana.
I love you, Tom. I listen to your show every afternoon.
Really?
Yes.
I like that.
Anyway, I wanted to call in because today something extremely funny happened to me, and it drives me crazy. I'm a personal trainer, Tom. I live in New York City normally, but I'm visiting out here. And I stopped in after going to a certain restaurant chain and buying a salad. I stopped into another restaurant chain because I forgot that I hadn't gotten something to drink. So I went into a fast food place. I guess I shouldn't mention the name on the air. So to buy a diet drink, believe it or not, because I am a trainer and I don't like soda, but I wanted a soda today. Anyway, I got in line and there was only 2 people in front of me. They were together, and one was a huge, fat woman. She was not pregnant. This was a regular fat woman. And I said to myself, and this sounds mean, and I just catch myself doing this, even as a professional in the industry, it drives me insane. She's going to order forever. And I stood there, and the woman did exactly that. She was huge, and she started to order, and she said, I'll have 3 crispy giant tacos and a bean burrito and blah, blah, blah. And as soon as she was finished with her order, she said, oh, yes, may I have giant soda, regular drink cup, the biggest one you have. And I mean, I just couldn't believe it. And I kept making noises, and I caught myself making noises like gasps or snorts or whatever I was doing because it was just driving me insane. And the more she ordered, the more I made sounds like were coming out of my mouth. I couldn't take it another minute. And the guy she was with kept looking at her like, will this woman's order ever end? And then she moved aside a little bit to the right to wait for her giant menu.
Yeah. And
I ordered my Diet Pepsi, which is what I ordered, a small. And she looked at me as I waited to get my ice because she was taking up the time from the ice machine with the giant drink from hell.
Yes.
And I stood there, and she looked at me and gave me a dirty look and said, well, I better get going so this lady can get her drink. You know, and I couldn't believe the look.
Imagine you wanting to get served.
God forbid I wanted a little bit of soda in my cup as she's carrying a tray for 3 and wouldn't move over because the ice was taking 20 minutes to come down in her giant cup. It drives me crazy. Tom, I have to tell you one more thing really quickly.
Yeah.
My mother talks about this constantly, about the obesity in America, and we both live in New York City, and she takes the public bus because there's, mass transit in New York City. And she says every single day she sits down on the bus, and here come she calls them the big butts, the big fat women. And she says no matter where she sits on that bus, no matter what it is, if there's no room, these women will try and squish themselves in between in one little teeny seat. I don't know if you've ever ridden.
Oh, yeah, those molded plastic seats they have on the bus.
Those plastic seats that hardly, I can't even fit in them half the time in the winter time with coats and things. And here they come with 3 seats behind, and they're trying to squish in there. She says it drives her nuts, and that sounds really awful, but if you have the capacity to do something about it and you don't, I don't feel sorry for you. If you're pregnant, that's a whole different issue. That's not what we're really
Could have done something about that, too.
What?
You could have done something about that, too.
You know it, Tom. Okay, blow me up, Tom. I love you.
Here you go. 1-800-5800-TOM. Yeah, I see these people. I know what she's talking about. They're the ones when you go to like El Pollo Loco, which has a salsa bar. They've got like 3 or 4 different kinds of salsa. And these are the people who get like 20 containers of salsa. And they can't decide how many green ones they want and how many mild ones they want and how many hot ones they want. And then they're at the ladling out salsa forever. And it's like one ladle and you can't get in. By the way, these are the same people. It goes beyond food. These are the people you go to the ATM and take out $20, and you're standing behind that same exact person you were behind at the Pollo Loco or Taco Bell or whatever. That's the same person who, the ATM, in my mind, was invented for one reason. To get $20 or $40 out fast so you can go to a movie. Oh, no. These people are making mortgage payments. They're buying postage stamps. They're checking to see what coupons are available. These machines now dispense coupons. They take forever to make a financial transaction. They constantly type in the wrong digits and have to press the correction button. And, Jesus, it's just a mindset. If you're one of these people, think about this. Matt on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, man, I completely agree with you today, man. Completely agree with you.
Yes.
Fat people disgust me. I'm a fat person if I want to keep it off. I keep it off. I work my ass off to keep it off. Excuse my language, but fat people, man, it disgusts me. It absolutely disgusts me.
Well, have you noticed there are more of them and they're getting fatter?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. The people, it's a lazy, Americans' lazy culture. Very lazy culture, and it's sad. You know, back in the 50s, we had the high and tight kids playing Notre Dame football, and America was at its best. Now, everyone thinks of Americans as the fat people. And because we're the fat people, because people are lazy. They don't want to lose it. They want to lose it, but they don't really want to lose it. My, whole family's fat, man. I gotta work my butt off for it. These people that say they're fat and want to lose it, what do? They eat an Atkins wrap, or they eat the...
Well, people want to eat like pigs and not feel guilty about it. So they drink diet soda, and they eat stuff that is supposedly fat-free, but, you know, they eat tons of it.
But they're lazy, too, man. They can eat... Yeah, exactly. They eat all the food that's bad for them, but then they don't turn around and at least burn that bad stuff off. Like, yeah, you might be able to cheat with fast food because you're in a hurry, but if you don't do something about it, it's the laziness of these people. These people are lazy, and the fatter they are, the lazier they are, and they're lazy for everything they do, for standing in the ATM, for... you name it, they're lazy. And it's more about being fat, just people being absolutely, positively lazy.
I think you're right about that.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
Maybe I can be one of your interns.
Oh, you can be one of my interns any time, but we put you through a rigorous training.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show. Ruben, hello.
Tom.
Ruben.
You're the man.
Thank you.
I love your show, brother.
Thank you very much.
Just got a comment for you, man.
Yes, sir.
Not only are they fat, but the attitude, man, makes it even worse. You know, they think they're all bad. They dress in this skimpy clothes. They don't know what's going on, man. Where I'm from in Uruguay, if they're 5 pounds overweight, they don't even get out of the house, man.
Believe me, I was just there. The fat women stay home.
They don't even come out.
You're not kidding. You are not kidding. You know what? I was just in Uruguay just a few weeks ago. That's true.
I love it. I love it.
You fat women are shamed into staying home. I think that's great. That's where they belong, behind closed doors.
I think they should stay home here, man. They should learn. They should learn from them.
No, the fat women here see TV shows telling them how great it is to be fat, and you can be healthy and be fat and be large and in charge, and all these daytime TV shows telling you it's okay to be big, and why are fat women discriminated against? Because they're fat, that's why. Please.
All they do is eat, man. Forget it.
That's right.
It's over with, man.
Exactly.
Stay home.
You are exactly right. Devon, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Devon.
Hey, man, the reason that they're fat, because they have no consequences. They get fat, and then you can't divorce them, because they take half your stuff, and then when you do divorce them, you call in there, and where's Mommy? Oh, she's in there working out. Why didn't she do that when we were together?
That's right.
What's up with that?
That is why the gyms are full of women who are separated or going through a divorce. These are all the women who never went to the gym when they were married. Never.
That's right. And then, on top of the getting fat, they get lazy, and they don't want to do what they have to do in the sack.
That's right.
So now they're not doing what they have to do in the sack. They're not attractive, so even if they wanted to, you don't want to.
That's right. Well, they're only having sex with you in order to get you to sign the contract.
Exactly. Exactly. And then you try and break the contract, and like everywhere else in California, you get sued.
That's right.
Thanks, Tom. You blow me up?
Here you go, Devon. 1-800-5800-TOM. Here's our telephone number. It's Kevin on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom.
Kevin.
Hey, I want to know why it's such a big concern and all this money's being spent on those truth commercials for anti-smoking when obesity is probably just as big as an epidemic or even bigger. And nobody seems to care as much about it. It's like there's that truth commercial where there's a bunch of dead bodies in the street. I think it would be a much more effective campaign for anti-overeating if they had a...
Well, there's more fat people than smokers in America, and I do believe there's probably more fat people dying than smokers.
Right. I mean, why aren't we seeing any commercials that say, quit stuffing cheeseburgers and French fries in your mouth?
Well, probably because we all love doing it so goddamn much. Thanks a lot for the call. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com. You can write to me. I do read that stuff. Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Or call our comment line. It's area code 310